about this crypto space. One thing is that this crypto space is built on technology, and technology changes by the time. So because technology changes, you cannot just depend on someone somewhere who says buy this or buy that. Okay, so you need to be able to do your own research. Okay, you need to be able to do your own research, and that is the main thing. That is the main thing Crypthority is here to do. We want to equip people so that you can be able to do your own research. You go into the markets, you know what you are looking for. You are not following a shilling here or someone saying buy this or buy that. Then you end up losing the money. So most people are here, for the money. But before the money can come in like you want, first of all, you need to actually get educated, understand what is going on. Else it just becomes like a Ponzi scheme. It just becomes as a Ponzi scheme, everybody is following. Okay, so it's very, very important that you get to really understand what is going on. What am I buying? Why am I buying this thing? Is it because someone said I should buy, or I really understand what's going on in the space? So that's the purpose of Crypthority. So just in case, I'm reliably informed that, of course, there are groups out there that pay monthly subscription, $200, $100 yearly subscription and all that, right? So maybe if you still want some sort of, buy this, buy that, you will join those groups. But for us here, we want to train everyone. We want to undergo the education path so that everybody becomes a maestro. You can actually, on your own, decide to know what to buy and what not to buy. All right. So that is basically what Crypthority is about. And then I believe that as we continue going, we'll go in deeper understanding of the mission, and then we'll all jump onto it. All right. So we're not, with all that out of the way, we can continue with what we are going to look at today. And today we are looking at something very, very interesting. And what necessitated is people calling out for, they want this to buy, they want that to buy, and all that. And then a lot of people have gotten into this space because of something significant that happened early in the year. Now, early in the year, we had a wave of what we call meme coins or shitcoins. Okay, we had a wave where we heard that, okay, some people have become millionaires because they invested in a particular kind of coin, and then they become a millionaire. Some people have become billionaires because they had, gotten to know or jumped onto a particular token. So many people came into this space because of that frenzy that happened early on at the beginning of the year. And then we all know what happened in the markets. So the frenzy died off, and right now I would say that the more potent coins are being, we are now seeing exactly what the market is now. Everybody wants to ask, when the market is running up, everybody wants to know, what should I buy? But that shouldn't be the question. The question should be, what do I understand about the project? What do I actually know? Okay, so maybe we heard that there was a certain coin called Dogecoin, and then there was a millionaire. So there was a Dogecoin millionaire. We had other coins coming up. It became like a hot frenzy. Everybody got into this space because they were hearing that you can make times 1,000, times 10,000 of your money in 2 weeks, in 1 week, and everybody jumped onto it. So today I want us to look at that, but let's give them some credit because at least people got to know about crypto through this particular niche. But once you are in crypto, you need to actually understand what you're doing, and that's what we are getting into. So not wasting my time, we'll just jump straight into it. I'm going to share my screen. I have some notes, and then we're going to follow through the notes and then get some understanding. Before I continue, I will say one of the members in Crypthority in the group did us a great deal of good by giving us a licensed Zoom account that we are using. So yeah, I don't know if Make is on the call. Thanks a lot for putting that together for us. All right, so straight on, let me see, I want to share my screen. I want to be sure if everybody can see my screen first, so that, I believe you can all see my screen. Okay, so kindly say something in the chat box for me to know if you can see my screen. Can we see my screen? So let me come check if you can actually see my screen. Can I get some feedback? Can we see my screen, please? Looks like I'm alone here. Okay, fantastic. Okay, nice. So let's continue. So I wouldn't be coming here often. So maybe if something is going off, kindly draw my attention by just one person unmuting your mic and just letting me know. I think I have an admin here, so he'll be doing that. Tony Sam. Yeah, thanks. So let's look at it. So what are shitcoins? So I just put these notes together. I didn't put together a presentation or whatever. So let's just follow with this one, right? So I say a coin which has no use case or project backing it. Okay, so it's just for pump and dump. So that is what a shitcoin is about. And then maybe you've had meme coin too. You know, let me just say that probably a meme coin is a nice way of saying shitcoin. Probably you don't want to say shit, so you can say meme. Meme coin is basically the same thing, just that probably one of them has more swag than the other, because we call Dogecoin is a meme coin. I would say that that's the father of the meme coins that was created like a joke some years back, right? So it's a meme coin. It's a joke coin. Why is it a joke? Because there's no use case. There's nothing backing it. There's nothing solid. And I said cryptocurrency is built on a technology, and these technologies are supposed to solve problems. So if you create a token, if you create a coin, and these coins have no use case, then it's just like a Ponzi scheme. So I say it's a decorated Ponzi scheme, all right? Because the people who win are those who buy first and the developers, because the developers have access to like grabbing so many coins. So the people who win are basically the developers and those who get in early. So that's how a Ponzi scheme looks like. So that's how shitcoins work, okay? And then those who buy in early make the money, as I've written it down. Now, I want to make my stance clear. I'm not a financial advisor, right? I'm just a crypto enthusiast. And I want to share with you my little experience in the crypto space. I know some of you on this call have tons and tons of experience, more than I do. And you would agree with me that even those who have already have only stocked, what's the name, shitcoins in your portfolio, you would agree with me that you have lost some money, right? And this space, if you're a newbie, if you're coming in new, I already recommend you going into shitcoins, right? Going into shitcoins. You are looking for the next shiny object to give you times 1,000. You end up getting burned. Okay, that's what usually happens. So my stance is that I don't recommend buying shitcoins, trading shitcoins, whatever it is, for anyone in this crypto space, whether it's a newbie or if you think you're a crypto OG, you've been in for long, you understand the market. Well, all I can say is that make sure that your portfolio is not full of shitcoins, because in the long run, it's not going to help you. You understand? So I'll be getting into that very soon. So I do not recommend trading shitcoins, buying shitcoins for newbies, and even if you have been in this space for long, I believe you know better, right? So let's move on. And then, so I'm saying that I will recommend it, but does it mean you can't make money? Obviously, you can make tons of money. Someone became a millionaire out of Dogecoin, which was a meme coin. And for your information, Dogecoin has let me call it a rebrand of their foundation. Okay, so they have some key people on their board now, and they want to create something worthwhile with Dogecoin, right? So Dogecoin is a meme coin. I'm mentioning Dogecoin not because I want you to go and buy after this call, but I'm just illustrating. I'm giving you examples. Okay, right. So that's basically it. So Dogecoin, because they are known as a meme coin, they want to do something good with their project. So their developers are coming up with something, and there's a new board and all that. Let's see how it goes, right? So I'll be a liar, a blatant one, of course, if I tell you can't make money with shitcoins. You can make money. So let me even show you something. Let's go to Coinmarket so that we see what's going on. So this is Coinmarket. So obviously, it's an aggregator. It's an aggregator tool. that you're able to look at the coins, their prices, their statistics, tokenomics, read about the projects. We have links to their socials, their websites, and all that. So this is CoinMarketCap. It is a useful tool for everyone who is serious about cryptocurrency. Okay, so mostly the meme coins are found in a particular section here. Okay, and that section is the section called the recently added. All right, so let me just try to pull this thing out here. Okay, so this is the recently added portion. So this is the portion that you are going to see most of the time. The meme coins are here. I'm not saying all the coins here are meme coins, but mostly the meme coins, the shit coins, you'll find them at the recently added portion. So just as at the recently added, let's explore it. So let me click it. So see all. So when we come here, you're going to see the top gainers, top losers, and the recently added coins. So some of these coins are shit coins, not everything. So sometimes you're going to see some of these shit coins here. You can see that some are just are falling. But I want you to look at it carefully. There's some striking characteristic that you're going to see. But because it's a mix of many projects, I want us to really go to the CoinMarketCap, the website itself. There they have done some nice categorization, so we can see it. So, right, so shitcoins, nice. So here we have the CoinMarketCap. It will take a little bit of time to load. Right, so this is the CoinMarketCap I've seen on the website. So now I was using the application, and that one, some of the tabs are not there. So when you come to CoinMarketCap, you see that we have the watch lists, we have portfolio, we have filters, customize. All right. Now we are going to look at the categories. Okay, we're going to look at the categories. So let's click on the categories and then see what you're going to see there. So let me stop the annotation. So when we move to the categories here, now we have various categories over here, right? So in the categories, we have the DeFi, the NFT, Play to Earn, Polkadot, BSC, Solana, and Hiko. All right, I think they had these categorizations. Let me go back. Well, let me go to cryptocurrencies. I think they have one for meme coins. Let me see if I'm going to find it quickly. Okay, just a moment. So these are the various categorizations, but I don't know why I can't find the meme coins. I pulled it out. Okay. Let me just CoinMarketCap. Let me just search it. CoinMarketCap meme coins. Meme coins. So you can just check it out. I don't know. It's yeah. So they have categorized it. Okay. Yes. So we have it here. We have the meme coins per their market cap. Okay. So these are the meme coins that we have. Number one is Dogecoin, as you can see. It's raining. Then we have Shiba Inu, Mona Coin, Coach Finance. So I want you to look at this carefully. I'll be going down pretty slowly so that you can just look at that. So some of them have very interesting names. I can't mention some, but so we have Doge, Lon Mass, we have Pet Cash, Doggy, Banano, so many coins. But I want you to look at something very significant about these coins. Now, let me use the annotation so that we can follow. All right. So if you look at this carefully, you would realize that, okay, I've opened up one of them, Safe Mass. Okay. So let me go back. I want us to study something first. So let me go back. Okay, let me stop the annotation and go back. All right. So, yeah. All right. Pardon me, the internet is going to slow a little bit. So I want us to look at from Baby Doge, which is at 22nd downwards. You see something interesting about the prices. Now you see that the prices are insanely cheap, 0.000000 to the kingdom come, right? So this is one very interesting feature about the meme coins. Okay, most of them are very, very cheap. not all. Some of them are, have very good prices, but most of them, as you can see, are cheap. If you scroll down, you see Hodo, you see, that is one interesting thing about this. And I'm going to explain why most of them are that cheap, right? And as I go on, kindly draw my attention if the sound or anything is interrupted so that I can just fix it, because I'm not looking at the Zoom interface, right? I'm using my phone. All right, so I would like to use some of these coins have done quite well. They have been all that. So if I say that these coins don't make money, then it's a lie. As you can see, let me just undo everything. You can see this one, right? That's made 26%. So some of these coins make money, and even sometimes they're in the 8,000%, 9,000%. That's crazy. And that is what people see, and they are so much excited. But let me not burst your bubble, because though you can be so excited, I'm going to explain to you why I'm not recommending these shitcoins for you. All right. So, and some of them have really interesting names. Most of them are in the Mars, Moon, Elon, Baby, Inu family. You see, they all have that kind of name, Shiba, and you know, those dog stuff. So these are the meme coins, and as I said, they can make you money. But why am I not recommending it? So let's continue the presentation. All right. So back to our notes. So I've showed you some of these coins and all that. I've showed you how to even see the meme coin. So if you're not sure if something is a meme coin, you can just go to Coinmarket cap and search for the meme coin category. You see it straight away, right? But there are other things that we are going to look at, and you can even probably make a millionaire, can buy you a Lambo, but it is not sustainable way of making money in this space. Now, this is crazy. You can't compare this space, cryptocurrency markets to currency markets. You can't compare it to the stock market. You can't compare it to the forwards, to the cases, both on technology. And technology emerges, new technology emerges, there's some evolving technology. So things are not stable in here. A coin which was raining in 2017 or found itself in the first 10 will not, some of them are even gone out. They have surfaced out of the system. We don't even know where they are, because as time goes on, new and emerging technology comes up, and then things change. That is why education is very important, because someone can tell you to buy this coin today. Tomorrow, that coin is not going to do so well. So you need to be ahead of the head. You need to know where the market is heading towards, where the world is heading towards. What are some of the solutions the world is going to require? And then you go into that space first. You go into that space early, you hold the bag, and then you can talk about making some good cash from there, right? So why am I showing you all these profits and I'm still saying I don't recommend it? The first thing is because the risk to reward ratio is too high. It is not worth it, right? So you might have heard that someone has become a millionaire, but the truth is you don't know how much money the person lost before they finally struck that lucky gem. You have no idea. If you take 10 meme coins or shit coins, about 8 of them fail. The failure, I would explain why I say they fail. And then 2. So 8:2, that's a risk to reward. It is too high. It is too high for a newbie who is coming into this space with $100. You're going to spread it $10 among all these shit coins, and you end up with nothing, right? It's going to be discouraging. So I wouldn't recommend this space because the risk to reward is too high for the shit coins and the meme coins. For most people, don't come into this space with so much money. So why don't you actually invest it into something sustainable rather than watching your money go down the drain? Then the next thing is that one interesting thing is that shitcoins can be created without any technical skills, and it's very cheap to create it. It's not, because it's just cloning. You are just cloning codes. You understand? There's nothing difficult about creating shitcoins. It will actually amaze you the number of shitcoins that were, let me say, released yesterday on the Binance smart chain. You know, these shitcoins mostly don't have their own blockchain. I don't even know which shitcoin which has its own blockchain, because if you go through the hassle of building a blockchain from the ground up, you will not be a shitcoin. So these shitcoins are usually built on blockchains such as the Binance smart chain, we have the Ethereum. And one thing that happened is that early this year, the Ethereum, network became so congested, even till now. So the fees were so high, it didn't make sense to trade shitcoins and be paying high transaction fees. So everybody, all the developers started flocking to the Binance Smart Chain. So let me just show you something. There's a Telegram channel that I'm going to show you. Tokens that are kind of released. That is it. Yeah. So we have BSC new tokens. Okay. So this is things that arrive every day. And just today, so you see them, this is Flex, Victoria Shiba. Wow, interesting. If the name is Victoria Shiba, you should know what they are about. Foka, come on, Aqua Gold. I'm telling you that this is September 4th. I can keep scrolling and scrolling. And these are all the tokens that have been released. New tokens that were released today. It's endless. This is September 4th and I'm still scrolling. So look at all these coins and tokens and you are running after which one? How are you going to know which one is going to make it? Because it is so cheap to create these coins. Look at this, September 4th. I'm not done. Just today. Look at all these tokens which have been created. So it's too saturated because there's no use case. Even the internet is even refusing to load all. I'm not done with September 4th and I can go on and on and on. This is just Binance Smart Chain. So this shows you that indeed quality takes time. Because these things are not quality, everybody can just create them, provide some liquidity on some deck somewhere, and then they go their way. So the second reason why I'm not recommending this is this reason. Next one, most of these shitcoins are not listed on centralized exchanges like Binance, Coinbase, FTX, because those reputable exchanges don't want to have anything to do with shitty projects, right? They don't want to have anything to do with projects that people will come and then be blaming them that they have lost money. So most of these don't have anything. Most of these centralized exchanges don't list what's the name? These meme coins. But something interesting happened earlier this year. There's a shitcoin on meme coin called Shiba Inu, and then it was listed on Binance. So when I heard it was listed on Binance, I laughed. I was like, what's going on? And I started paying attention to it. And I saw that, in fact, they are actually trying to transition from a meme coin to something worthwhile. That is the Shiba Inu project. And they recently launched their DEX. And then within a few hours, so many people have staked, in the liquidity pools and stuff like that. So some coins may start as meme coins, but later they will transition into something worthwhile, right? So that is how sometimes works. So if these centralized exchanges were able to list Shiba Inu, then it means that they really had something worthwhile they were doing. Like, I'm not saying go buy Shiba Inu, I'm just giving an illustration. So most of these exchanges don't have anything to do with this. And then you see most of these shitcoins on decentralized exchanges, like Pancake Swap, Uniswap, Sushi Swap, Jewel Swap. These are all decentralized exchanges that you find them on these wallets. For example, when you go to Trust Wallet, you'll be able to see these decentralized exchanges, and that is where the trade takes place. Most of these trades take place on the decentralized exchanges, because on these exchanges, it's decentralized. There's anonymity. Unlike Binance, that you need to do your KYC. On these DEXs, no KYC. You are free to go. You just go there, put in liquidity, just create your token, put in some liquidity, and it's open for trade, right? So that is how open the space is. Nice. So let's move to the next thing, right? We've looked at what shitcoins or meme coins are. We looked at whether shitcoins and meme are they really the same? Well, I say they're the same. Just that one has more swag than the other. Okay? They have no use case. There's nothing created just to make a public. The meme coins like those, they have some communities who are rooted different, if there's even any difference. And I told you my stance, I do not recommend it for even newbies I don't recommend it for you. You come in this place with your $100, even sometimes 100 cedis, and you want to blow all on shitcoins. You're going to be discouraged, and you're going to call crypto a scam. Crypto is not a scam. It's built on a very solid technology, which has been there. It was under development for a long time. Cryptography, you understand? So that is it. Then even for the mature, the crypto OGs, the big guys and the big men with experience, well, I can just say to you is that do not only put shitcoins in your portfolio, right? So some of the features of shitcoins is that it has no use case supply. Most of the shitcoins have tools, right? For Gideon, one can has so much supply, normal demand and supply. What does it tell us? If the supply is too much, it will take a long time for the price to appreciate substantially. And then there's not going to be really any demand for such things. Because there's so much supply, there's so much everywhere. It takes a long time for the price to appreciate, right? So that is why I showed you when we look at it here, you see that the prices are so cheap. That is because the supply is just too much supply. And they are also not built on any substantial stuff. Though some of the tokens will say they do burning and things like that. You can keep burning and burning and burning. But if you don't have any substantial use case, there's still nothing to show, right? So let's just take a coin. Let's go back to Coinmarket, right? Now, to show that I'm not against any project, let me just choose. Maybe let's choose Ben Doge. Okay, so let's look at Ben Doge. Now, when you take these, you can see, yes, I told you they can make you money, right? So in 24 hours, you have seen Ben Doge and you've seen money. Yes, you'll be excited. This is good. But don't be too excited. 120%, Ben Doge, wow. You are happy, but you'll be amazed that by tomorrow you come back and then it has dropped. It has dropped in such a way that it is too weak to even rise up again, unless the people team up to pump it again, right? So let's look at Ben Doge. Anytime you have a project like this, like a meme coin, a shit coin, I'm really sure this is a shit coin. So we can just evaluate it a little bit on CoinMarketCap. Now we come down. You can look at the statistics. So you can see that here, T, so we have 10 trillion. So this Ben Doge has 10 trillion supply, and that is huge, the max supply, okay? So we come down, let me stop annotation. Yeah, so we come down, we come and read about the project, and you see that normally they don't have anything better to say about the project. All they are talking about is hyper deflationary, but what exactly is it? So when you come, you can read about it. This is another way of doing your own research. So you read about it, about Ben Doge, what are they actually saying? I don't want to really waste time. So let's continue. Now we have something called a contract address. This is the contract address we see here. And this particular Ben Doge was built on the Binance Smart Chain. So you can see it over here, and you have the contract address over here. The contract address is like, for example, maybe if I have a website, so probably www.crypthority.com. When you go there, you see Crypthority and everything about us. So it means it's built on that domain. In the same way for these tokens, they have an address that you can actually have. One amazing thing is that many tokens can have the same name. Maybe a particular token can be called Likoku Inu. Okay, if you go and type Likoku Inu, about 4 projects can come up with the same name, Likoku Inu. But what is going to distinguish them is their contract addresses, because actually you can't have the same contract address. Okay, so what makes them different is the contract address. So let's clear this up. Now, this is the contract address. It's built on Binance Smart Chain. Sometimes some of these tokens are built on Ethereum also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it. Okay, let me copy it. So, sorry. Right. So I'm going to copy this. So this is the copy. So I'm going to actually click on that one. So I copy it. Now, when I copy it, there is a way to actually see a number of features about this token. Actually, about every token, you can do that. Okay, but for now we are focusing on shitcoins. So we are going to go to a place called BSC Scan. Okay, for the Binance Smart Chain is a BSC Scan. It's an explorer, right? For the Ethereum, you have the Ether Scan. So we are going to go to the BSC Scan. So let's go to Chrome. Right, I'm not looking for. So right, so bscscan.com. Right, when you do this, it brings you to this page. Right, so it's like something like a universal search engine for all the tokens which are on Binance Smart Chain. So you know we copied the contract address of Ben Doge. So we are going to just put it here. We're going to paste it. Right. Right. So I've pasted it and let's search for it. Let's search for it. So I've hit the search button. So when we come here, you see that they are telling us everything we need to know about Ben Doge, right? So Ben Doge, that's the name of the token. Then they are telling us the balance, then the BNB value. Now, when we go down a little bit, let's go down a little bit. We are able to actually see the transactions, okay? It means that this thing here means that 6 seconds ago, someone just bought Ben Doge, okay? 2 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago. So you can actually track the people who are buying it, okay? You can actually track it, track the people who are buying it over here. So yeah, people are buying, okay? So Ben Doge, you can see that. Then there have been 2,507 transactions so far. So that's a contract. Let me check out there. Okay. Okay, let me just keep this. All right. So basically, this is what you have to know about the transactions. So when you come here, you're able to even know the number of people holding it, Ben Doge. When you come here, you see the overview, you have the analytics. So doing this so that you'll be looking at which one you should be buying and coming in. But I'm just letting you know how some of these things work. That these tokens you see are not just there. There are so many things that are going on in the background that you need to know, actually. Okay. So you can look at the BNB balances, the transaction fees, the BNB transfers. When you come here, look at the contracts, various contracts that are taking place and stuff like that. So things are not just there, like you just hear of it, token, you want to go and buy it. There are so many things that go on it. And that's why I brought you to this place so that you could know what is actually taking place with this particular token. All right. So let's go back to what we were looking at. So I brought you here to see the fact that I talked about the supply. So we looked at it. Ben Doge has about, is it 1 trillion, 10 trillion, and that is quite huge. So most of these shitcoins have too much supply, usually in the trillions, right? And then, as I said, you can use the Binance Smart Chain to track some of these things and track, how quickly the coin is being bought. So, such as even the people who are holding the wallets, and then how much is in it, how much. The next thing is, so these things are based on economics. I can't go into that now. You can look at that later. But the next thing is that these particular meme coins just depend on marketing and shilling. Okay. So when I say shilling, it's like you just saying buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. You're just shilling the project. It's like you want everybody to jump onto it. So when you go to YouTube is so full of some YouTubers are just into show their projects. They go buy it, they shill it so that people buy it and then they can sell, right? Some just are into marketing. Okay, but cryptocurrency is not supposed to be even marketed if there is an ecosystem that is working and creating demand for it. You don't even need to market. You don't have to market it. But people do the marketing because, of course, there's thing there. So I just look at why You can make so much money, but I don't recommend it. This is why the risk to reward is too much. The place is saturated. I showed you that the gains were released to the end. We didn't even finish looking at it, right? That is just for Binance, centralized exchange. So it becomes difficult. You know, it's not trusted. There are some features too. There are no use cases, too much supply. Thrives on marketing. These are some of the features. So look at it, some of these features. You see that this is a shitcoin, this is a meme coin, it has no future. Okay, so I talked about risk, that the risk to reward is too much. So what are some of the risks? The number one risk is what we call the rug pull. And I believe that many people who are in this space have heard about it already. Now, imagine this. You bought maybe Baby Doge, or what was the name of that one? Is it Ben Doge or anything? Let me not hit at anybody's project. So let me say V-Inu, all right? So you went to buy V-Inu. Well, that wasn't created by the end. So V-Inu, and then V-Inu, when you bought it today, it did times 2, times 5, times 10. You saw that, wow, my Lambo is on the way. You went to sleep and you dreamt about the color of the Lambo you wanted to buy, just to wake up and you realize that what you bought has fallen by 90%. You just have 10% left, and you'll be wondering what is going on. And I'm just glad to announce you, I'm not so glad, but that is why you're having this, that you also know be rugpulled. So you have been rugpulled. And then what happens is that a rugpull happens if the developer just runs away with investors. So that token, that Telegram group I showed you, sometimes you see that sometimes even the owners are not known. You know, they just have the developer's wallet, but you don't even know because of the anonymity. Most of these shitcoins don't even have any active social media. They don't have websites, no roadmap. There's something called white paper, which is very essential for every project. You need to know the white paper to know what the project is about and their roadmap. Most of them don't have any of them. They just create it for pump and dump, right? So there are 3 main ways you can be rugpulled. The first one is called yanking the liquidity. Now, when a coin is created, okay, the developer, has to provide a way that it will be traded. Okay, so the developer puts two assets, one which is valuable and one which is the shitcoin in the trading pool. So, for example, when it comes to trading, you have a pair, because as you are buying one, they are simultaneously selling the other. Okay, so most of these coins are paired. So the valuable one against the shitcoin. So I gave an example here that we can have BNB against the Coco Inu. This is just something that I just talked about and I said, so I'm not hitting against anybody's project, right? So what happens is that the buyers will bring the BNB, and then the buyers will bring BNB, and then they'll be taking the Likoku Inu. That's what happens. And as time goes on, as people keep buying the Likoku Inu, what happens is that the price of Likoku Inu will be rising times 10, times 20. Now, this is the point that the rugpull happens. The developer will just pull out the initial liquidity. But there is a system called AMM, that is Automated Market Maker. And this is how the decentralized exchanges work. It's a system, it's a technology. I can't go into that now. But because of that AMM technology that the decentralized exchanges use, what happens is that there are going to be more valuable tokens than the shitcoins. So the developer, in essence, will get more valuable tokens. So for example, if it was BNB against the Coco, as people buy and buy and buy, people are depositing the BNB into his wallet. And all he does is that he's going to just pull out everything that everybody bought. So when you go back to that exchange that you want to sell, when you go back, there's no liquidity. You cannot sell. So you have been rugpulled. There you are with a bag of shitcoins, and you have nothing to do with it. Okay. Another is creating the tokens. They have their shares. Sometimes when you go to you realize that they can say maybe the total supply is 600 million tokens, but the circulating supply is 500 million tokens. It means that there's a deficit of 100 million tokens. And sometimes it can be that it's for the team that developed it. Okay, they too have to reward themselves. So probably they have bagged 100 million tokens, all right? So what happens is that most of these developers are able to keep a huge chunk of the tokens. So they just, when people keep buying, they show let the marketers get celebrities on board and all that, and the price goes high. What happens is that they will sell the bag that they are holding. And mostly they are holding a huge amount of these coins. And when they sell it, it has a tremendous impact on the price. So this is what happens, okay? So sometimes it is a slow process. They don't sell it at once. It is slowly. You think you're not being rugpulled. You go there, the security, sell small. You want it to moon so that, but by the time you realize there's no more liquidity because the developer has, they just code to the, the contract in such a way that you can only buy, but you can't sell. So mostly people who want to try this space, what they do is that when they'll buy a small amount and try and sell it, but it is still not a foolproof way of being risk-free from a rug pull, okay? So these are the ways you can be rug pulled, and it is real. There are so many rug pulls that have taken place. There's another thing called, is it the flash attack or non-flash attack? That one is to do with the decentralized exchanges, right? So that is also there. But this, I'm talking about rug pulls in the meme and the shitcoin industry, right? So let's look at some rug pulls that have actually taken place, okay? So really, they have taken place. It's not a story I'm making up. So I'm going to give you a number of blockchain and then the projects which were rug pulled. I believe you can see it really well. So we are looking at Solana. Yes, Solana, there was a project on it called Lunar Yield, and it was rug pulled, okay? And the loss was $8 million. And I tell you that, please, most of these decentralized exchanges, if there's a rug pull, you have lost your money. And I'll tell you the risk associated with the DEXs, okay, later on when I'm ending. This meeting is supposed to be an hour, so I don't want to exceed it. Okay, so the next thing is the Binance matching. We had something called Mikat Finance, and they were also rug pulled for about $30 million. That is 30 million of people's hard-earned money gone down the drain. We had Polygon, another project on Polygon that was called Poly Butterfly, which was also rug pulled of $1.5 million. We had projects on Ethereum called Whale Farm, which was also rug pulled for $2 million. So these things are real. So if I tell you our stance as Crypthority, we are not trading shitcoins. We are not into shitcoins. It is real because most people who come into crypto don't have so much money. So when you come into crypto and you divide your money into $10 for every shitcoin, in the end you see that you are not. it leaves you broken and in despair. And even projects with good use cases, when there's a dip in the market, look at how low they can go. How much more projects with no use cases they can never rise again, and you have lost your money. Okay, so these were some of the rug pulls that took place. Now, I want to quickly. So I have a question here. Do you still want to go in for shitcoins? Okay, if you still want to go in for it, you want to add some spice to your portfolio, that's fine. There are some red flags that you need to look out for, and I'll quickly go through them, okay? The first red flag is that if you are buying any token and then the liquidity is not locked, it is not secure. Now, one thing is that some developers will lock up the liquidity they provide in the trading pool with a third party, you understand? And what happens is that sometimes the period of this lock, the lock period ranges from as little as 2 months to even 500 years. Okay, so when the liquidity is locked, it gives you some confidence that the trader cannot just yank, the funds and go away with it. You understand? So you have to look out for it. Is the liquidity not locked? Is it locked? The next flag is if you check and then just a few wallets hold a huge number of the tokens, it's a really big red flag. That was one of the huge red flags with Dogecoin because a few of the wallets were holding tons and tons of the Dogecoin. And the risk with it is that that person or that whale can just sell all and dump it. And then everybody goes down because they are holding a huge number. Okay, so if just a few wallets hold the number of tokens, it's really difficult. You shouldn't. It's a red flag. And I showed you the BSC scan. You can use the BSC scan or the Ether scan depending on which blockchain the token is built on. Then the next thing is that when you check it, I can't go into it now, but we have something called the Ben wallet. Okay, now the Ben wallet usually has a large percentage of coins, but it hides the amount of coins the true wallets are holding. And this is what it means. Now, it's a trick they actually use. So many tokens will be banned. There's a ban wallet. Many tokens will be banned. And banning is simply sending tokens to a wallet that no one controls, or it's just like getting rid of them. So for example, most of the coins employ banning, either with their transaction fees, especially the proof of stake. I think Ethereum is trying to do something like that. And also some of the tokens or coins themselves have periodic burning, like BNB. Okay, BNB is an exchange coin, so they have quarterly burning. And what the burning does is that it reduces the supply, and as the supply reduces, the demand goes high. So there's a kind of demand created for these tokens, and then the price can also go high, right? So the trick is that they're going to burn huge amounts of coins, but in actual sense, they have just transferred it to another wallet. And this wallet, they have control over it. So everything may be checked, okay? Log liquidity, everything is checked. But you check the burn wallet and it's huge. That's good news. It may be good news that, wow, okay, they're actually burning some tokens. But the truth is they have just diverted the funds. And that is also another risk. Another thing is that these tokens undergo something called auditing, okay? So they are audited by some third parties. I think Certic is one of the auditors. So if a project has a few audits by some trusted sources, it can be trusted, right? Then another thing is, another red flag is if there's no social media, Twitter, Discord, Reddit, there's nothing, Medium, there's nothing, there's no social media presence. There are websites, there's no websites, no roadmap, no white paper. These are all red flags. Okay. And then the last red flag I want to bring to you is that there's no multi-signature wallet. What happens is that because a team is working on the token, not one person has access, has to be any transaction. There must be different multiple passwords to that particular wallet. And that is from different people, you understand? So there's a low risk that someone will just wake up one day, get the private keys and then decide to run away with it. Okay, so you have to check. If there's no multi-signature wallets, then it's a red flag. All right, so people can actually run away with funds. So I've told you that Rugpulls are real, but if you still want to go in for it, these are the summed up nicely here in the diagram. So if the liquidity is also extremely high APY rewards, no website, social media presence, check the bots or insiders before fair launch, top holders wallet distribution, as I explained, okay? They check the medium source where whether it's being plagiarized. So some of them so lazy, you see that they are just copied everything, even from white paper to medium post, they copy. So you need to check if it's not being plagiarized. Now, there's no audited or a reputable auditor, okay? And then no tokenomics, as I said, no white paper, no website, fake dev teams, and then closed source, right? So these are some of the Rugpulls you have seen, and then the red flags. If you still want to go into them, kindly do your own research. These are the red flags I have shown you. When you send me, maybe I can't, because I don't can do your own research yourself and then go carry. Let me put it that way, no regulations in the DeFi space. So it makes it difficult to prosecute anyone. If a developer runs away with your money, it's gone. You just know the contract address, you know the developer's wallet address. You don't know the developer, you don't know anything, you don't know his country, you don't know his social security number that you can say that you are tracing him. You don't know his bank account, you don't know anything. So everything goes down the drain. Right. That is why I'm saying that for a more sustainable way, do not go after shiny objects. Don't go after quick gains, right? Rather go after the sustainable projects. And what do I mean by sustainable projects? If I do not recommend shitcoins, what is my best recommendation? And that is what I'm ending this presentation with. Hopefully we'll be ending on time. So my best recommendation, now, instead of running after shiny objects that you think should make you a millionaire in 2 weeks, and you eventually end up losing money, why not invest in projects with a great use case and ecosystem that will create demand for the token? And not just use cases, because not all projects with great use cases will be doing well. There are other metrics that you need to look at. Of course, we can't look at everything now. And some of them are already looked at them. Okay. So let's invest in quality projects with great use cases. And for you to know which project is quality, you need to do your own research. So in order to spot these projects, you need to do your own research. So how do you do your own research? I think that will be a matter of our next meeting. We are going to look at, we are going to break down how to do your own research. Now you are new in this crypto space. You just came in. Somebody said, buy this, buy that, buy this. You are confused. How can you on your own look at these aggregator tools like Coinmarket, Gecko? How can you do your own research? How can you even spot a particular token or a particular niche that would be in high demand? Who knew that NFTs was going to boom in this year? Because NFTs have been around since 2017. We had CryptoPunks were around a long time. These were the first ones that were built on Ethereum blockchain. You understand? I think they had something about cats or something around those times too. But who knew that NFT was going to boom in 2021 in this way? And right now, the NFT space is incredibly, it's serious. You can't even wrap your head around it. So it's all about getting to understand these things and then getting ahead of the head, right? So I have done my research and I have handpicked my top 10 altcoins. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I did my own research and I just want to open your eyes to certain projects that you can start researching into. And I chose them based on a portfolio. I did some portfolio analysis, yes, and like with some diversification in mind to choose them. Okay, so these are not the only coins there. There are so many coins, and I can't put them all here. It means I have my 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have so many, but these are just some ones that I want to share with you that you can start reading about them, doing research about them. So these are my top 10 altcoin picks. They are not in any order. All right. So I'm not a financial advisor. We will come back to this chart. So we have Ethereum, VeChain, ADA, that is Cardano, BNB. BNB is an exchange coin. So if you look at the exchange coins, you understand, you can explore the other exchange coins because we have FTT from the FTX exchange. You have other exchange coins. When you take Ethereum, it's built on smart contracts. So we will look at the smart contract space. There are so many. So you research on them and see which one of them is bringing some super fast technology. You understand? When you look at the VeChain, it's in the logistics industry. So you look at the logistics industry. What are they doing? When we look at ADA, ADA too is in the blockchain industry. Smart contracts, right? Polygon is a layer 2 solution, right? So you go, what's layer 2 solution? You look at it, there are so many other layer 2 solutions, but Polygon is the one being subscribed. So you read about metaverse in the NFT space, right? That is where the virtual NFT is in the NFT space. So you go and check the NFT space. What are the projects there? We have Axie Infinity. We have so many coins in the NFT space. I can't go on. I'll just show you how to get these things. Right? Then we have Solana. Solana has been making waves of late. Don't just jump into it because it has been making waves. Do you understand what they are about? Do you really know what they are doing? Polkadot, Terra Luna. Terra Luna has a very interesting ecosystem that you can find out for yourself. And we have Tezos. Tezos is also in the smart contract arena, okay? And they're also doing some really great stuff. They are big on research, building dApps and things like that. So the crypto space is huge. You can't just here buy this one and go and buy. No, you need to understand what you're buying. You need to know the opportunities here. And in fact, those are making huge amounts of money in the So let me just share my screen quickly. Yeah, all right. So we have, so I was talking about my top 10 altcoins. I think I went through them. Yeah, please, this is not financial advice. So I'm saying that these are my top 10 altcoins. That's why you're getting education. Let's form a team such that you can do some research and come and tell us that you spotted this coin and you think it's going to do amazing because of this and that and that. So we look at it together. You go according to your risk tolerance. Okay, so this is my top 10. There are more. Actually, if I had the liberty, I can continue typing and typing and typing. But of course, you can't buy every coin. That is another thing. Okay, so it's a different thing having the money. It's a different thing allocating your funds into which coins to buy. It's different. It's different knowing how long you want to hold. If you are going to be a trader, it's a different ball game altogether. So there are so many facets to this thing. It's multifaceted, right? So you need to actually, that's why you need to know what you're about, not follow what your friend said or follow what somebody said. I'm buying those, and I'm doing this, I'm buying that, right? So I'm not saying go buy these. I'm saying that go research into these. These are in particular categories. Research into those categories, understand how they work, understand their use cases, understand what they are doing, the problems they are solving, so that you could do something good. So I was showing us this one, that these ones are not meme coins. So they are not shit coins. They are actually solid projects. But all of them have done over, let's say, over 1,000% from January 2021 to today. I mean, it means times 10 of your money over times 10. All right. Solana has done 9,000%. So these are not shit coins. But if you are able to understand what they do and hold them for a particular period of time, understanding the trends in the market, you will make money. So the making money is not just running after these shit coins that will promise you gains in a short time. Settle down, look for something more sustainable, understand the technology, and invest more. So here you can see Solana, Matic, FTM. I didn't mention FTM. If I had a chance, I would have added it to my top 10 because it is actually another very solid project. You have the Terra Luna, you have ADA, you have AVAX. AVAX is another solid project. You have BNB, you have Ethereum. So you can see that some of these are in my top 10. Actually, if I had a chance, I would have added FTM, I would have added AVAX too, right? So that is it for, and always remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. And let's say the next time you are going to understand how to do your own research. I know that the two most popular phrases in the crypto spaces, I'm not a financial advisor. And the next one is do your own research. So I'm not a financial advisor, you understand it. So do your own research. We're going to look at how exactly would you do your own research. I did my research and I came out with these. You can also do your own research and come out with some that our minds have not gotten to, and we can look into it together. But on the bigger scale, I say in this crypto space, let's not just be consumers wanting to just buy, but let's think of how we could build solutions on top of this technology. So let me end here. I don't know if you have questions. A few questions. I think we can call it a day. If there are no questions, we can move on. Okay, all right. So I can see so I'm giving you feedback. If anyone has a question, you can unmute your mic and then ask quickly. If you have questions, kindly ask. So that all right. So since there are no questions, I think that we are all very cool with it. I do really hope that this short meeting or call was really helpful to you. And this is what Crypthority is all about. We are into education, right? So would implore you to keep spreading the link, bring people who want to learn about the technology, about blockchain, about the opportunities that exist here. Call them, let them come and experience it for themselves. Let them come and learn, right? And we don't give signals, so kindly note that, right? We don't give signals, but we show you how you could fish for yourself, right? So thank you for being on this call. Once again, I want to give a shout out to Make for giving us access to this Zoom account. It's been helpful. right? So we have been able to record. Because I'm using a phone, I needed a license account. So we've been able to record, and then we didn't have any breakages of 45 minutes, 40 minutes stuff. So thanks a lot. And also, yes, my admins, Sam is available, and Martin on the group. So you could contact them if you have any queries. And always remember, we will not ask for any amount of money, ask for your private keys or anything of that sort. So thank you for your time. Stick and stay in the group. You're going to be learning more and more things. But let's go to if we can add 100 more people. That'll be fantastic. We'll be going and then learning more. All right, so thank you very much. My name is V, and of course, my DMs are always open if you have any queries. All right, so let's have a good night. This call has been recorded, so we can have the recording later on. Okay, so bye.